Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. How are you doing? I hope you're getting out in nature like Starlight is, and I am way behind today as far as a hiking trail and making a video, but sometimes, you know what? It's what God wants. It's not what Starlight wants. You know, I just listen to what God wants me to do, and here I am at this particular time. And I don't even know where I am. No, I do know somewhat where I am. So anyway, this is a new hiking trail. It sounded really great when I looked it up online. It's actually behind a school, which I think is awesome because it's so important to get our kids out, and not just the kids, but the whole family. So come on, come out and go, research online hiking trails near me. Starlight does this all the time. I actually was in one area. I went and hit all the places, and God said, you need to move on today, Starlight. I'm like, okay. So here we are. So Starlight's been moving around a little bit today, and that is what I'm going to talk about today as far as a YouTube video today is my experience today. It's so important. And look, I got little wings here. So anyway, I really hope that you get out in nature, and not only to get out in nature is to make sure you get plenty of water. And the universe gave me some messages. So the universe is like, Starlight, make sure you're eating healthy. And I'm like, okay, all right, I got that message. So yes, sometimes, we all might want to fall backwards a little bit by eating food that we know is not the greatest for us. So the universe is like, nope, Starlight, you gotta do better than that. So I do put myself out here, and make sure you're not falling backwards on your eating habits. Make sure, it's so easy to do that, wherever we go. I went to a new place last night at a drive-through thing, and I'm like, I don't know what kind of food they have. So I went through the drive-through, and I'm like, I didn't order anything. I'm like, I am like, you know what? I guess I really don't need this food, because that is not the kind of food Starlight wanted. It was like kind of a mixture of like Burger King, McDonald's, and I'm trying to think of the chicken place there, like a chicken fast food place. So no thanks, Starlight said. No, we're not doing that. So anyway, besides getting out, is make sure you're taking really good care of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, if I said that, psychologically, make sure you take care of all parts of you. And also, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can also give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to Starlight's YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And, whoops, sorry, I moved a little bit. Also, you can share my videos, and don't forget to check out the playlist, because there's a lot of funky stuff going on in there. And you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Kathy with at Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman. So anyway, I do want to let you know I am so sorry. I've been realizing just the last couple nights that my videos have been kind of funky, and they seem good when I edit them on my app for my editing software, but it's when I when I upload it from my editing app to YouTube, that's when the problem is. And I believe it's because of the areas that I was driving through or parking my car, where the internet service is going in and out, because that's exactly, it's been taking hours. So I am so sorry. I don't even know how many videos have gone like that. So hopefully I get great internet service tonight. And it might have been something that God's like wanting me out of that area, because I did get messages I needed to move along, go somewhere else. So anyway, here we go. And this is my first time. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget the notification bell, like Starlight almost did. This time I had it in my pocket, but then I forgot to take it out. So here we go. And I'm not going to show you. I'm gotta kind of protect myself, but this is so awesome like this. I love stuff like this. Too bad it wasn't a yellow strip here, because then we could follow the yellow brick road, but we're gonna follow the red brick road. Not that there's bricks here, but on let me see, what was that? Was it Alice in the Wonder? No, it's not Alice in the Wonderland. I'm trying to think. Now everybody's probably yelling out the name of that cartoon. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. And it's so funny. They made all these Disney cartoons for reasons. They're not just for little kids. You know, a lot of times they have a lot of cartoons out there for the adults. You know, the adults will get information, and then the kids, they just think, oh, you know, but Wizard of Oz, that's, yay, Starlight thought of it. Wizard of Oz. See, my memory is getting better. It's because I did change the way I was talking to myself about my memory. So my memory has been getting better. I've been remembering things better. So if you're dealing with something like a memory problem, that is one way you can change it, is saying, you know, I'm starting to remember things better. You know, my memory's getting better, because that's exactly what Starlight had to do. Instead of saying the opposite, saying that, oh my, why am I keep on forgetting things? And then you're going to keep on forgetting things, wondering why am I forgetting? So anyway, that is not what I'm going to be talking about. Since I've never been here, and it's kind of late in the night hour here for the rest of the day, where does Starlight want to go? Let's see. And I do still want to make that video. I can go straight, or I could take a left-hand turn, because that actually goes in there further, even though there's like this bench right here. So I hope this video will get uploaded good, because you missed a funny video last night about, you know, I don't even know how far it chopped up. So I got to re-listen to it. I've been trying to re-upload the video I don't know how many times, and it still goes slow at the end. You can't see the little iguanas that I was telling you about. But this is really beautiful. Look at this. This is like a, I wish I could flip this phone right now, but it will mess up the whole video. But isn't that just beautiful? This is what God sent me. God sent me for this right here. You know, I've been driving a little bit today, and this is beautiful. I definitely want to come back out here in the daytime when the sun is shining on there. So here I'm going to take you around so I don't get you all dizzy here. And this is beautiful. I'm seeing more green out here. This is what Starlight, I needed to get out of the area where I was. I needed to get to cooler weather, because my skin, I don't want to be in areas where, you know, I'm going to wrinkle up like a prune or something, or a raisin. A raisin is a better example, because they get wrinkly from being a grape. But here we go. This is beautiful, the work that they do to make these bridges and stuff, because that goes over that stream of water. So because of time, I really don't even know where to go. So we're going to just take a chance and go straight. That's all we're going to do. So anyway, like I said, I hope this video, this is beautiful. This is more like what Starlight likes, is some green. So I'm in a different area. This is what I love right here. Where I was, you know, didn't have a lot of greenery, and I said, you know, like the other day I was trying to find some green grass to lay on, and I'm like, out in Florida, really, green grass? Do they even have green grass? That's a joke. But this is what Starlight, I missed the green, you know, after moving from, you know, New York to traveling. You know, this is what Starlight misses right here, is all this greenery. You know, it's like home, like right here, because the ferns are out here big time. Of course, you know, with the ferns out there and all that, you get a lot of ticks in different areas. So this is such a beautiful sight to see, and I am so blessed, because when I was in Florida somewhere, I kept on like missing parts of New York, the way the land is, the way the trails are and stuff. And so God has moved me somewhere else. So this is so beautiful, though. I got some people coming, so that's why I'm kind of putting you off on the side. But this is what starlight misses. Look at all the green. It is so beautiful. So, hello. It is so beautiful here.
It's gorgeous.
My,
yeah, I have the privilege and blessing of living just a few minutes away. And
awesome.
I haven't always, but now that I do, I'm here all the time.
Good for you. Good. Yeah. Hey, it's great meeting you.
Yes, you
and
too.
Yeah, enjoy
it's a
your night.
Place. All 3 little trails.
Oh, awesome.
You just got to avoid getting hit. But
yeah.
It's okay. Usually they're pretty good about, you'll either hear them or they're belling.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have a great time.
Yes, you too. Thank you. So here we go. Is tonight is Starlight is going to talk to you because I did make a video and it didn't really come out as good as I wanted to, but I'm going to sneak over here because Starlight is a brave chick. Archangel Michael, could I have assistance? I pray that you'd put a triple shield of protection around me, that you keep me safe out here because I don't know my way around, and if there's snakes around that jump out and get me. Thank you so much, Archangel Michael. So I got to thank Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael for keeping me safe as I travel through the day. But isn't this beautiful? This is what starlight misses right here. The other areas that I went, I was just kind of, I need to move along. And I've been being drawn to do this, just to look at all the green. I miss it. This is what I miss. So God is doing a work in me, and I never look at how beautiful this is. This is really beautiful. It was too dry in the areas that I have been in Florida. So, but this is beautiful. I needed, like I was saying before I met this lady here with her dog, is, I was so drained yesterday and I needed to lay down, and it took me a while, and it was so hard to find some green grass and to lay a blanket and just rest because I was lifeless yesterday. And today I'm feeling my 100% back to normal again because now it's a couple of days after the full moon. But hang on, I got this guy riding through. But look at how beautiful this is. Enjoy your night. So here we are again. So I've been doing affirmations like you would not believe. And I have a story to tell you, as always. Starlight is a storyteller. I've been like that my whole life. This is so beautiful. There's some people over there just sitting. So is today, I do realize that some of you are going through some stuff. And of course, Starlight doesn't know exactly what you're going through right now. So I hope that I can help you out through some stuff. And this is one of those things is, believe it or not, kind of video. And some people, they doubt a lot of stuff. And that's why, to start you off, that's why things don't work out for you, is because you doubt that it will happen. And it's the way you've been lied to and programmed to believe and think that, things will never work out. And I am amazed, though. God has helped me, filled up my car with gas today, and it's amazing how that worked. And the more that I let go of fear and doubt, doubting that, God could bless me and fill up my car with gas or bless me with food, the more that I trust that God is going to take care of all of it. Bam, God blesses Starlight with, this is so beautiful. I got to just zoom this in. Look at that. So, we are so blessed if you really think about it, your health and stuff like that. And so I am amazed how God works and what God can do. And I know you guys are struggling because I made the video is like, are you going through shit? And we all have stuff at different times throughout the year, and I've learned in my past is that we do go through cycles, and I didn't know that, where There's times with winter time, like if you lived in New York, that is, when you got the snow, and it really gets people down and out. Most people, not all the people, there's some people, they look forward to the snow because they go skiing, they go sledding, they have their snowmobiles, they're doing outdoor sports like maybe ice fishing, they're getting out, and they love that cold weather. And I realized I did a study on that too, which I'm not going to talk about that right now, is that, we are different. God created us, even though we bleed the same color, red, we are different and unique, and that's why it's so important to be yourself. And so as I'm speaking, I never know what I'm going to say. It's the way God does things. So if you're struggling, because some of you did click on that video, and I'm so sorry that the video, I don't even know if it just ended, without me finishing the video or not. So I have to recheck it out and see, because I know the picture froze, as I was still talking. You missed out some funny, goofy stuff with the with the little lizard friends that I had, iguanas out here. But this is what starlight, look at how green. So it is something how starlight has been in a situation, staying in a certain area for a while now. And some of you might not be believers of these numbers, and that's why I have to make this video. These numbers do work. And I received a message, like I said in the one video yesterday, that God wanted me to not to, feel like I'm a victim for getting hurt, to realize, to be grateful that I'm, that God showed me what was going on, instead of me, just blindly going in through that situation and not knowing and just thinking, oh, like saving myself for a person that's not in love with me, so I am grateful. I got through that now. Now I need to, and it does take time. It doesn't, any time that you're going through anything, it takes time to, even if you had to get evicted, out of an apartment. I know I went through that, losing a job, I went through that, I'm actually sacrificing everything, to be that change that I want to see in the world and to be used of God, so that is not easy to do, and I'm not going to talk about that. That will be a different video another time. But I got a little friend over just snooping around. Starlight's really good at catching animals anywhere. I'm really in tune with the animals. I really am. So so anyway, is like I was saying, if you doubt things are going to happen and you believe that things are going to get worse, well, that's exactly what is going to happen. This is so beautiful. I am just so amazed. There's some people along the side down further that are fishing out here. I'm not sure what kind of fish, because this isn't too deep out here, but look how beautiful this is. This is like a treat here. I am so blessed. This is more like I'm getting closer to where I need to be, and I don't know from day to day what God is going to do with me. So I know that there's somebody out in this new area where I am, that God has got somebody out here that I can be of service for, because that's my mission out here. And like I said yesterday about I don't care what people think, about, I did do a job search yesterday in the morning time before my energy just got totally taken away. So I do look for jobs. So it's not like Starlight's just goofing off or whatever. Whoops, beep. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'll just let you see the beautiful side, because I do have somebody coming up. So anyway, is, with you doubting that God can't do something and thinking that things are going to get worse, well, you're creating that reality for yourself, that God, you're limiting what God can do by doubting that God could do anything. And it's not God, it's actually the person that's doubting that God could ever do anything in their life. So once you let that fear go and that doubt go out of your mind and your heart space, and you trust God fully, and and it does take time. It's layers after layers, or levels after levels, of things that God, like I said in the one video before, is with these full moons and eclipses, God takes another layer, of fear. As long as you're willing to give it away, say, God, I don't want, I am letting go of fear. I'm letting go of doubt. And I'm going to have to do this one of these times when I am rich and I am abundant, but one of these times I have to go at a fair, because I have not gone at like a circus or a fair where they have all the scary rides. That will be a fear breaker for Starlight, because the last time I went on one of those when I was younger, I loved those rides, but I never went on them enough, because I was always relying on our parents to pay for those rides, and we would go to those places, but we didn't really go very long. My mom had so many kids, so they couldn't afford very much money, and I would always have some a little pocket cash to play with some of the machines there where you drop the quarter in and see if you can knock all the other. Starlight loved that game, is to try to knock more quarters and money down in a slot. So I didn't really go and enjoy a lot when I was growing up. So a lot of times this is what happens to us when we get older. If you came from a poor family like Starlight did, you always had, you always lacked. We actually were one of those families that one year the school, they collected a lot of food, and we didn't know it. They came to our house right before Thanksgiving Day, and somebody must have said, yeah, they could use some food. And, they came to our house and gave us a turkey and a whole bunch of food so we can enjoy Thanksgiving Day. Now, how many of you came from a family like that, Now, some of you might have had, where you never had to worry about, like, where you're getting your next meal from, where, my mom actually, from what I heard from my uncle, it used to measure out, her sugar, make sure, like spread it out. And this is what happens, is that when we come from poor families, that we end up living a life of lack, and we believe that we never have enough, and those self-limiting beliefs is what keeps us stuck where we are today. If you're going through that like financial problems and stuff like that, and it takes time for those layers of feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're not enough, depending on what kind of background that you came from. So it does take time to heal from all that, and that's what the universe wants to help all of us out with, is to help us to take layer after layer. It's almost like, it feels like you're, going to go through surgery or something, but not quite that bad, where you got to trust the process. And like, I have been doing this for a long time. I have been homeless since October, and I didn't even have enough money to get all the way to the area that I wanted to get to as far as Florida goes. I had some money with me, and then I had to, I got phone payments, I got my insurance payments, that I have to make too, not just gas money or food money, so this is so beautiful. See, you're in for a treat, and this is because God got messages from the universe. And this morning I did a beautiful guided meditation. I did get information from the universe. The universe is like, Starlight, you've been at this location too long, but I thought I was supposed to get a job in that area. I was applying myself for different jobs on Indeed. I actually went for an interview. I didn't get hired, and that was okay that I didn't get hired. That just, like I told the lady there, it's because I didn't have my GED. They were so excited to meet me. They really believed I was the one for the job. And, where once she found out I didn't have a GED, because it was a state job, is they wouldn't hire me because they require a GED. So I didn't even get to actually sit in the office with her to even, to even try to impress her about anything, or my qualities. I mean, the things that I could actually help people do in my past experience as far as working with people, and I would have been great. I told her I would have been great, and they were so impressed that I have a YouTube channel helping people out, and my life skills and stuff like that. And but that's not where God wanted me. If that's where God wanted me, some of you, like I just had a lady the other day saying she met me at Walmart because she thought I might have been like up to no good, and I explained why I was, had a bag of stuff with me, which wasn't I wasn't stealing anything, because that's not how God is going to bless me, is by taking things. She asked me today, she's like, isn't it so beautiful? She's like, oh, I told her, I said, well, I'm out, she asked me how I was doing, and I said, well, I'm still looking for a job. And then she was so sweet and so kind. She wasn't being rude or anything, and I didn't take anything wrong from how she worded it. She goes, she works at Walmart, and she's like, well, and a lot of you probably are thinking the same thing. Yeah, Starly, why don't you get a job at Walmart? Well, because that's not where God wants me. That's not where God has chosen Starlight to be, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, that's why you're still in this situation. Wow, look at that. There's a turtle way in there. Zoom it in. But see, this is the thing, is that God knows what's best for me and where I'm supposed to be. See that turtle? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Right down in the water is, so, there's a lot of people, see, they will go out and take a job that they absolutely don't want. I've never wanted to work at a Walmart store. That's not my heart's desire. That's not anything that I can ever see myself doing. It would be like me telling you, if you don't like to clean, hey, why don't you go get a cleaning job? And you're like, no, Starlight, I can't stand cleaning. You ought to see my apartment. Or maybe you don't like to cook, and I tell you why don't you go get a cooking job? And you be looking at me like I don't like to cook. Or if you don't like to, maybe you like being active, and I tell you, hey, why don't you get a job working at an office? And you're like, I don't want to work in the office. I like being active. So this is why you don't need to listen to other people, because you know what you are a better fit for. And like, I did get hired for a job before, but that's not where God wanted me to be, because that place was like they were treating me like some kind of slave, and a lot of toxic energy. So you do have to be wise, because this is why people put themselves in those situations, because they fear that that's the only job that they can get hired for. I could apply myself to those kind of jobs out there that God doesn't even want me to have, or that's not where God wants me. And how do I know where God wants me? Is because I get information with the numbers. God wants me to get a job with spirituality. So this is where I am asking. I've been searching online, like what kind of jobs are for spirituality, what kind of jobs are out there. So those are the jobs that I've been trying to seek, is those kind of jobs, where they actually have training. I can get trained to do those jobs. I would love to get trained for a job that God wants me to be doing, and they do have those out there. It just, and that's why it's so important. Those numbers are so important. Like, I have been being guided by my archangels, like I said, with tell me what kind of job I need to get, and they tell me when I'm supposed to go get that job right now. There's times I get a message from the universe, from the angels, that says, now is the time to go get that job. So I'm like, okay, so then, I'm supposed to act and do what God wants me to do through those numbers, because the archangels are guiding me through those numbers to help me, because I asked for guidance. Like I asked the universe, and I'm like, where am I supposed to live? Where am I supposed to work? And bam, I ended up getting a number that told me that I need to get out of the area, and I didn't wait the next day. I could have sat there and said, but God, I don't have enough money to go out there, but I didn't do that. God knew how much money I had. God knew how much gas money I had. God knew how much food I had in my car. God knows all of this. I could have had every excuse like you would and say, but I can't go there today. because, like I've been donating my plasma to get a little bit of money that helps me out with gas and food or whatever. But, I got to wait until like the 29th to go back there. I just got money yesterday from donating plasma. So if I stayed in the area and I never trusted God and I just stayed there, I wouldn't have gotten blessed today by a man that felt called to get off of an exit. And God told me that I needed to get out of the area. I did my meditation this morning, a big long meditation this morning about getting more in touch with your sixth sense, because we do. It's not just your five senses. We have more than six senses, but God wanted me to guided me to this meditation, is to do this meditation. So already I got the message from the universe saying that I need to get out of the area. I've been in the area too long. God doesn't want you to be too comfortable. Are you comfortable? Maybe that's why nothing is working out for you, is because you've been repeating the same stuff. Like lately, I've been like looking online, looking for places to hike because I make videos that way. And I'm like, well, I've done that one, I've done this one, I've done that one, I've done this one, I've done that one, I've done this one. So in the whole surrounding area, I've done all these hiking trails for videos. And then I've been going to the same, I've been repeating the same stuff. And God's like, you know what? You need to get out of the area, because God knew how I was feeling deep down inside. I wanted to get out of the area, but I was ignoring my own self. My self said, I want to get somewhere else. But fear was stopping me from actually leaving, because I'm thinking, well, I need money. I need money to travel. I need money for my food. I need money for this. I need money for that. And that is the thing that's stopping you, is fear, your old thought patterns that says, that fear, and you can't hide that. So when I do those, when I do meditations with the full moon and the eclipses, I'm letting go of fear and I'm letting go of doubt. Hang on, I got more people here. So those guided meditations are really important with the full moon and the eclipses, where you can let go of that fear, let go of that doubt. So it is so important to really do guided meditations. A lot of people, it's like, oh, I don't want to, there's a part of us that says, I don't want to do meditations, or they don't think or believe that they even do anything, so they don't ever do it. And then you wonder why you're in the same situation where you are, because you're letting doubt and you're letting fear and you're letting, like all those low frequencies that come in your head space. And then you wonder how come, you still are afraid about stuff, because you're not releasing that out of your body. And that's what those guided meditations does. God wants to take those fear out of your body, out of your mind, out of your heart space, out of your aura, out of your chakras, because it holds you. You're not even aware by being around the wrong kind of people. Some of you are still hanging out with the same people, and you're not supposed to be around those people, but you feel that you need those people in your life. And that is what's stopping you, because those people that you hang out with, the people that you're in contact with, sorry, I gotta get you guys in the bushes a little bit more. Hang on, maybe I'll just go over down here. So by hanging on to people that are no longer serving you, is you're not trusting God fully for God to bless you in ways that God can. I don't know what you're going through, but God does want to bless you in your life. But by letting fear and doubt and being around people with negative energies or toxic energy is going to really block you on what God wants to bless you with. So you got to let go of those kind of toxic people or habits that you have in your life. What kind of habits? What kind of, we all have some kind of habits. Are you eating healthy? By eating healthy is going to help you to be clear, so you can actually listen to God's voice, hear God's voice and what God wants. But when you're eating a lot of junk food and, that's where God actually was talking to Starlight. Not that I ate a lot of junk food, but God knows my thoughts. God knew what I was going to go and buy some different kind of food. And then, I get a message and God's like, Starlight, stay eating healthy, gotta take good care of yourself, because the more I eat pure stuff like vegetables and fruit, and don't eat things that are gonna block me from reaching what God wants, like having a clear intuition with God. I'm going to try to explain it the best way. But, like if you really want to hear God and understand what God wants through your intuition, then eating junk food, eating things that are not good for you is going to block you from actually understanding what the universe is actually trying to guide you and tell you, through your intuition. So, and through your third eye. If you're eating all that stuff, it's going to block you from being able to think clear, see clear, understand what God's really is trying to get you to do and try to guide you. So those are ways that can actually stop you from getting out of the situation that you're in. You could be in relationships, problems. Are you fearing of letting go because you're like, hey, if I let go of that person, then that means that means I gotta clean the house. I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And now if I let go of this person, they're not gonna do all this stuff that they used to do because they're not gonna be there anymore. And a lot of people fear to be by themselves. Not Starlight. I've been more by myself than in relationships. And that's not a bad thing, because I've been getting to know who I really am by spending all this quality time alone with myself. And look at the things I get to experience by myself. I get to experience beautiful hiking trails by myself. And does Starlight actually want to be in a relationship? Absolutely. But I love spending time with myself. And that's another way of you finding out who you are and really what your purpose in life is to get alone with yourself. Get the noise and all the from maybe kids or wife or husband or family members or workplace or whoever you hang out with, and spend some time alone with yourself. Get out in nature somewhere, spend some time alone with God, and you'd be amazed what God can do. And so God did let me know today to, get out of the area. And like I said, I obeyed God right away. And because of the eclipse and the full moon, I do meditations before the full moon, during the full moon. I didn't do one today. I did one last night on a pink guided full moon. So I'm releasing the fear and the doubt and things that no longer serve me, people that no longer, I'm letting go of all of that, so then God can bless me and clear all that stuff out. And it's really, it's because I believe it's working. That's how, if I didn't believe it was working and I do those things and I'm like, well, I'll just do it, but I don't believe that it's going to work, well, then nothing's going to happen, because you don't believe it's going to work anyway. So, then today when I did that Sixth Sense guided meditation, it was a beautiful one, and I want to do it again because it was really cool. It had, it got me to a spot in the video. The lady that was doing this video, it was to strengthen your sixth sense. And it's amazing how I knew God wanted me to get out of the area, but I didn't know where God wanted me to go, how far, And at the time of the day, and I need to make a video, I got to get ready for bed, find a place that I'm going to stay at night. So God knows all of that stuff. And it is so freaking amazing how this day worked. This morning, I said, okay, I'm not gonna doubt. I'm gonna believe. I did a whole bunch of I am affirmations this morning. I am letting go of fear. I am letting go of fear. Letting go of fear. I'm letting go of doubt. I'm letting go of doubt as I was driving. But before I even drove anywhere, is in this meditation, I had to, there was 5 things in this meditation, if I can remember them all. The first thing was a silver coin. The second thing was a clay statue or something like that, but you didn't know what it was. And then the third thing, I think, was a piece of paper with information on it, but it was of another language. Then there was a box, and a musical instrument. So when you did the meditation, when I did the meditation, I had to pick which one that was calling out to me. And when I heard all the different things that were in front of me on this table in this meditation, first thing, the one that was drawn to me more than anything was the piece of paper with the unknown language on there. So in the meditation, when I decided to pick that piece of paper up in the meditation, then they had me ask a question of what is it that I'm really asking God for right now. And it was because I know that God wanted me to get out of the area, but I didn't know what area to go and how far. So it was really cool because I had my eyes shut, and then the lady would speak to me and tell me different things or ask me different things. And I was supposed to try to figure out where, God was guiding me with my intuition. And, it's funny because where I was actually, I don't know the names of different places. So I was kind of like a blank, and here it was supposed to have been a foreign, like a different language on the piece of paper. And, where I'm using my third eye to kind of tap into where God wants me to go. And I'm exactly where God wants me to go. And you're probably wondering, how do I know that God wants me to be where I am right now, where I just landed like out of a UFO and got to this this is amazing. I am so blessed because I did what God wanted me to do today exactly. Because the reason why I know is because as I was doing the meditation, I couldn't, get any information as far as like a name of a place, but the letter O stood out. And so then I don't know anything about where this, the state that I'm in and the places that they have. So I went to the library so I can use their computers, and I put on there like the Florida map, to figure out where God wants me to go. And it's amazing, and bam, it just stood out, like really popped right off the computer screen. And I'm like, that's where I'm going. And so I got in my car, put it on my GPS. Before I got back up though, as I was going to the library, God already knew what place started with an O. God already knew all this stuff before I even got on the computer. God already knew that, what I was going to see. God already knew how the computer looked because I didn't even have it fully zoomed in. But that was the first thing that stood right out for letter O. And so God gave me numbers on the way to the library. And then when I was at the library, I'm like, I wonder what these numbers are then, because God gave me these numbers from where I was parked until I drove to the library, which is it was a 10-minute drive. So in the 10-minute drive to get to the library, God was giving me repeated numbers, or numbers stood out, and I looked those up online, and then the universe let me know that I'm on the right track, and that's where what I needed to do. And then on the way, as I got done with the library, I got out of there, tried to hurry up and get going because the time-wise is that on my way as I started heading out, bam, I got the 1111, a confirmation. And on top of that is that the whole time I was doing affirmations, believing, trusting that God is I'm like, you know what? God already took care of the gas. I only had, and I'm not kidding you, only $10 in that gas tank. And guess what? I got a full gas tank. I did have, because I drove a little bit, and to where I am now. And not only did I get a full tank of gas by a total stranger, is that I also got some food. Hello. Hi, you're welcome. Hello. Is I ended up getting some vegetables because, I ran out of gas. I went to a service pull-off spot that is on the thruway, and because I was running out of gas and I was praying to the angels, I'm like, where am I supposed to go? I wasn't going to really make it to get to the exit because I would have ran out of gas, and you don't want to really be on the thruway, really. And I was praying to God, praying to angels, what God wanted me to do. And I apologize. I can't really say I'm sorry about how long this video is. It's so important. I'm just waiting for some people. This is a very beautiful place, so a lot of people are coming out, which is great. I actually will come down here. I just gotta be careful because the leaves are slippery. So anyway, this is like, believe it or not, kind of video. Really is. When I pulled off on the service spot, my car started acting funny because I was on E, really on E. I mean, that yellow light has been on yellow since the night before. I never put gas in my car in the morning. It was on yellow, and I drove around a little bit this morning and some last night. So I had no clue how long and how far I was going to get on this with my car with it being on, yellow. The yellow light is already on, And so it is amazing how when I did pull over to go at at a spot where you can get gas on the way through, I put my car right in front of the gas pump, and I was praying. I'm like, okay, because I'm trusting in God, and I'm not doubting that God is not going to, I believed and trusted God the whole way, and the angels, that they were going to help me and they were going to take care of me. And I am not kidding. I parked my car, locked the doors, made sure, double check. I always do this because I'm always thinking my car doors are locked and they're not. So I double locked my doors to make sure. And then I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. I'm not even kidding you. I do have some habits, what I do is I walk around, look and see if anybody dropped any money anywhere in the store. And then I stood outside. I wasn't even outside of that store where that gas station is. I didn't even get to even ask anybody. That's how quick God actually jumped and rescued me, is that I prayed. I said, before I even got there, I said, please send somebody here. And then a man, he ended up going to this gas station, and he seen me standing out front of the store, and I was just thinking, okay, who am I going to ask? I know that, and then I received a number. I received 888 a couple times, actually 4 or 5 times today, 888, and then I received 777, and I received other numbers, so those were good numbers and besides the 1111, it was an address on the way through. So these were all confirmations that God was letting me know that, yes, this is where we want you to go, because apparently there's somebody out here that needs starlight right now. So some people don't think I'm working, but I am. I'm on a full-time job, 24/7, working for God. Of course, God lets me sleep at night, but it's amazing. I'm so excited of what God did to me today. It builds up my confidence is what this does, because that guy, he passed me. He was going in the store, and I said hi to him. I was just standing there trying to feel people out, trying to figure out what to do, who to ask for help, with gas money. And so that guy looked at me, eye contact, he had beautiful blue eyes. And then he started ahead in the store, but he stopped. Something caused him to stop. He turned around and he looked at me. He goes, "Do you need help?" And I looked at him. I was like, wow. I'm amazed. I gotta just scoot down here. I just gotta be careful because this stuff gets slippery. So I was amazed. I was not even out there 5 minutes, and he seen that Starlight needed some help without me even saying anything. And he goes, "Do you need help?" And he had a cross with Jesus on the cross, a beautiful necklace that he had. And I said, "Well, I don't know if you can help me, but yes, I do need help." And I told him, I said, "I'm on a mission for God." And I said, "I have a YouTube channel." And I said, "The thing is that I don't have gas. I ran out of gas." I said, "I do have a little bit of money, but I need that for food." And he just, it's like, all right. He goes, "I'll be back out, And he went in the store. He came back out, and he never even did anything in there. He goes, "Why don't you come in here and pick out some vegan food or whatever?" And I picked out one package of vegetables with a little dip that goes with it. And he told me, he goes, grab 2 of them. And I did. And he put 55, the number 55. See, these numbers are so important. but he put $55 of gas in my car for Starlight. Now, isn't that amazing? So that's why I had to make this video. I was asking before I started making this video, I said, universe, what do you want me to talk about? And because I had such a great, hello, a great time today with the universe and the archangels guiding me and supporting me, loving me, and helping me through this process. So, hello, hi. So this is the thing, is what happens to all of us is we get in that fear zone. We're afraid. We're afraid that, we're afraid to let go, and I tell you, you think it's easy to take this step of faith. It's getting easier. Today was an easy day. I was so blessed because, I was like, I was trusting, the angels give me numbers to be positive, to watch out my thoughts, and I listen to them. I listen to those messages, and I'm like, okay, thank you, angels, for letting me know that I got to be positive. I got to trust that God's going to help me out, and God did. So I am amazed. I'm out here looking at this beautiful, 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 beautiful hiking place. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, it's kind of late in the night now. Well, I say late, but it's probably going about 6 o'clock right now. But anyway, I just, sorry, Starlight's walking up this hill, is you need to hear these videos. And yeah, Starlight does talk a lot about herself, but I'm the only one that I can talk about, really. These are videos that I know that I can't say about what anybody else is going through. This is what I'm going through. I am telling you the story that's happening to me, so you will believe and trust that the universe does guide us, through numbers. And you got to check out the Are You Searching for Guidance? And, the videos on the Archangel and the universe. Those videos are so vitally important that you check those out, because those are going to help you, besides how to have a dream study. Those are very important, because if you're not taking the time, I know somebody that knows these things, but they're not doing the things right. You can't take any shortcuts. A lot of people, they get lazy. They don't feel like doing it. They don't want to go through the work of doing it. They don't want to go and look up those numbers. I don't feel like looking up that number, and I do. I'm like, those angels are so beautiful. They have helped me out all this time. It's amazing that I've been in this situation since October, and I've worked a little bit at that job, and God has taken care of me the whole way, because I have given so much in my lifetime. Believe me, every time I had something, I gave it away. Barely made any money on anything I ever owned, and God blessed me with so many things. The angels have given me so many things on the side of the road, or free, or whatever. People just give me stuff, hand me stuff, So, if you're not giving to other people, then you're missing out, because if you're always just taking everything and keeping everything and never, the other day, I received the money yesterday, and then, it's so funny, is because I was at Walmart trying to get some cash so I can clean my car, because it's getting nasty, and I want to be the change that I want to see in the world, and people see my car and it's so nasty, and it's like, oh yeah, you want to be a change in the world, look at your car. And so I try to go get some cash, out of the card that I get for donating plasma. Then I forgot and I pushed the wrong button. So I was buying stuff to clean out my my hubcaps on my car, on my tires, because they're so gross. And here I'm trying to get money, cash, out of the card so I can go bring my car at the car wash. All that time that I wasted in a Walmart trying to get that cash, I get out of the Walmart store, driving on the road, ready to take a right-hand turn, and there's a homeless man on the corner. That God put that homeless man out there for Starlight, and here he had a sign out there, well-dressed, and he's looking for help. And I instantly, I didn't even think twice. I hurried up and grabbed my pocketbook, gave him all that money. It took me so long to just get that cash. I had to go back in the Walmart, buy that. I actually returned that product, and went and then they gave me the cash. That's how I got the cash back, is because they're like, well, do you want it to go back on the card, or you want it back on, or you want cash? I'm like, cash. So, is you gotta give. If God's blessing you, you gotta bless others. And if you're not, that's when God's like, well, you want me to bless you, but you're not helping others. And God will test all of us. And like He did with Starlight, I could have kept that money for myself and said, I need that money, but here we're both in a, situation. And a lot of you might think, well, how do you really know? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. It's just, doing the right thing and just letting it go. Don't hang on your money so tight, because God tests us out with those people. And it doesn't really matter where that, what they do with that money. It's the willingness to let it go and trust that God's going to bless you. But don't only do it because that, do it because it's the right thing. So anyway, I do love you, and I know this is a long video, but it's so important. It's a long message, but if you really want the help, then you'll watch the whole entire video so you get every single word that I say. I love you so much. I hope you really, I'm just going to show you here really quick. I really hope you enjoyed this hike like I did. I am amazed. This is one of the best ones for a hike and trail that I've done in a long time. I am like blown away by this trail. And anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can share my videos. You can also, don't forget the notification bell. That way, you can let people know about it. And also is to, you could check me out on Instagram, and that is at 1995 at Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I hope you really get a lot of help from this video. I only can give you what I know, and these are the videos that I am living it, doing it, and I am showing you what God is doing to me, trying to help you that whatever you're going through, those numbers really work. And you got to trust, you got to let go, you got to do those guided meditations. If you think that you could just skip out of doing this and doing that, and you think that God's going to give it to you anyway, you're wrong. You got to go and do all these things. If you don't, then you're missing out, and you're going to go in this circle. And it does take time, but really the time is really worth it. Anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.